morning. My name is Dana, and I will be with you for the next hour. We'll be doing a low, reasonably mellow flow that's going to focus on the core and on forward folding, the core twisting and forward folding. With that in mind, if you have a block, have your block handy. If you don't have a block, then have a book handy that's kind of a similar size to a block, which is like this. You may not need it, but it's always good to have one handy. And anyway, so getting back to what I was saying, we're going to focus on forward folding and twisting, working and massaging the belly. The belly is obviously so important for elimination, and it's important that in our yoga practice, as in our life, we do things that build up heat to remove what doesn't serve us anymore. So obviously elimination is super important, but the actual physical asana and the mental, emotional diligence that is incorporated in a yoga practice, and not just the practice that's on the mat, but your yoga practice that you practice outside, in your home, everywhere that you go. So building up the heat, focused attention allows us to have a greater sense of discernment for what's going on. So the cloudedness goes away. The fullness, the excess goes away. And when we have a greater sense of clarity, personal clarity, it allows us to move forward, move through, move deeper, with more awareness and honesty. And hopefully from there, we are happier, and those around us are happier because we are living a more authentic life. Okay, so yeah, twisting today and forward folding. Pardon me. Excuse me. So find a comfortable seat. And if you haven't gotten your block, get your block, and we'll just stay here and wait. Anyway, the comfortable seat, which means we want to start sitting with a certain sense of integrity. Shoulders over the hips. Whether you sit in Sukhasana, which is crisscross applesauce, or Ardha, or full Padmasana, you want to stack the shoulders over the hips and feel evenly weighted right side to left side, front body to back body. You want to make sure the sacrum's drawing forward slightly, so you're not jutting it out toward and arching the lower back away from you. You want to bring it underneath you. And then as you root the sits bones down, lengthen up the side body. And as you lengthen up the side body, lengthen the back of the neck, keep the throat soft, and sit. And as you sit, feel the flesh that's on the ground. Feel those points of contact. And the back of the neck is long. Chest is broad. And with the bones stacked, it allows you to sit with a little bit more peace and calm. And that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for that in our asana practice, trying to find that sweet spot. After we effort to get there, then to stay there and observe how we are in that particular posture. It's the same thing out in life. We get ourselves into a situation. We don't want to just react. We want to kind of stack ourselves. We want to get our head in line with our heart, and our heart in line with our head, so our emotions, so that when we do move, we move with a sense of integrity, personal integrity, authentic integrity. Again, comfortable seat. I'm sure you've got your blocks by now. And breathe. Feel free to close your eyes and soften the space between the brows. Relax the inner corner of the eye and relax the outer corner of the eye. Allow that to draw down over the cheekbones so the skin is smooth. Relax the area around the jaw and the ear. And soften the throat, drawing the head back ever so slightly and lifting up to the back of the neck. And as you lift up to the back of the neck, hopefully you feel a little bit more broadness through the collarbones as that sternum bone is moving to the armpit chest. And belly is soft. So as you feel the inhale move through the softened nostrils, through the throat, feeling the ribs expand, you feel the belly get larger with that inhalation. And with the exhalation, feel that belly draw back as the air travels out the softened throat, out through the softened nostrils. Just find that easy breath within you. Sending the breath to any place where you're holding tension. Take your awareness to your eyes. Eyes are closed, but feel the eye as it's traveled back toward the brain. Feel the supple, the roundness, the calmness. Allow those eyes to travel down toward the softened cheekbones. And even farther down toward the throat. And let those eyes go even farther down until they're right behind the heart. And lift the chest. Feeling the connection between you, your heart, your feelings, what you're seeing in your mind, that mind's eye behind the heart. Let's unite it today as we practice, as we fold forward, as we twist. Let's just see how we can incorporate the mind, the heart. On your next exhalation, drop the chin to the chest. With the chin dropped, lift the chest up, draw the tips of the shoulder blades down and the elbows down. Then inhale, take the chin up. Again, drawing the tips of the shoulder blades down, but make sure you're drawing the sacrum forward. Chest is broad. And exhale, bring the chin to the chest. And you're going to inhale, take the left ear up. Keep the throat soft. And then exhale, bring the chin to the chest. And then inhale. Take the right ear up. And exhale, chin to the chest. And then inhale, bring the chin into the neutral position. As you exhale, profile shot over the left shoulder. Relaxing the shoulders. Root of the tongue is plump here. Inhale through center. And exhale, looking over the right shoulder. Lifting the chest. And then inhale through center. You're going to take your left hand, place it on your right ear, and draw that left shoulder and ear together. Maybe you move the right hand so that you can feel a little bit of movement, a little bit of a stretch through the shoulder, through the neck. Something that feels good while you're breathing and you're continuing to root down through the sits bones. and then gently release. And you're going to switch sides. Right hand on the left ear. Feel free to move that left arm however you wish to get a little deeper into opening up the side of the neck, the jaw, the shoulder. Good, and release. Go ahead and shrug the shoulders up. Exhale them together and down the back body. Inhale them up. Exhale them together and down. Inhale them up. Exhale together and down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale together and down. We're going to change direction. So inhale them up. Exhale them forward and down. Inhale them up. Exhale forward and down. Inhale up. Exhale forward and down. One more time. Inhaling up. Exhaling forward and down. Lovely. From here, let's go ahead and place your right hand down by your side and inhale and take the left overhead. So we're going to stretch that left side body, but turn the chest open. And as you turn the chest open, lengthen that left arm and draw the inner line of the shoulder blade down. As the inner line of the arm and shoulder blade is moving down, the outer arm is moving away. So that road's moving in two directions. You've heard me say this many times now. So reaching that arm overhead, and then exhale, place that hand down, and inhale, take the opposite arm overhead. And imagine your arm is like a road. The inner line of that arm and the inner line of the shoulder is moving down, while the outer line of the arm is moving up. As you twist the body open, looking up underneath the right arm, and then bring that hand down. Nice. We're going to go ahead and place our hands on our knees, and we're going to do some chest barrel rolls to get us ready to Om, and then we'll start our twisting. So go ahead, inhale, take the chest forward, take it to the left side, exhale, take it back, take it to the right, and forward, to the side, to the back, to the side, to the front, to the side, to the back, to the side, to the front, to the side, to the back, to the side, to the front. We're going to change direction to the opposite side first, back, left, forward, right, back, left, forward, right, back, left, forward. Let's do it one more time. Left, pardon me, right, left, back, left, and forward. Good. So now we've sort of warmed up the more gross layer of our body, in that you felt like the fabric of your shirt on your skin as you made those circles in both directions. So now what we're going to do is we're going to Om. And in my classes, I've taught my students about this image of a bee. And so I'm going to share the image of the bee with you. It's not scientific, but it creates an image, and an image that I think helps us find our voice when we're trying to find the wherewithal and the movement inside to Om. So if we are warmed up on the outside, imagine the inside ribcage is like a hive, and the Om is a bee, and that Om is going to travel. It's going to like circle and look at every part of the inside of that hive as it circles down. Okay? So that's what we're going to do now. So bring your hands to your heart center. If you wish, you can imagine the bee. Normally in class we Om 3 times. We're going to just do it once. And imagine that bee traveling, or Om as you normally do, but I think the bee helps. Anyway, go ahead, exhale. Inhale to Om. Release your head. If you have intention for this morning's practice, you can set it now. If you like dedicate your practice to somebody, you can hold them in your heart. And release. Good. If you did that, if you imagined the bee, I hope you enjoyed it. It's fun to do it, obviously 3 times, because the bee gets to go in one direction and then it moves in the other direction, and then it's like palm. It goes forward and back and side to side. Anyway, unwind your legs. Shake them out. Bring them forward. Shake them out. Massage your ankles. Massage the tops of the feet. Place your hands down. Let your feet just roll out. And bring them together. Let them roll out. Bring them together. Out. Together. Out. Together. Go ahead and just cross one foot over the other. And just come forward. Not too much. Not too much at all. But while you're coming forward, sort of this very casual, like, hey, can I have a chip? Can you put some dip on that chip? Very casual. Let the sits bones travel back as you continue to lengthen the spine. And breathe with ease. And then come back up, cross the legs, opposite foot on top. And again, bring yourselves forward. Just relaxing, no big deal. Not a lot of striving here. Just enjoying something that might feel relatively easy. And then sit up. Bring the soles of the feet together. We'll come into a broad Pachimotanasana, butterfly. Hands behind you. And as you press the feet together, push. Allow the knees to drop down toward the ground. Lift the chest up. Gaze down. And then inhale, looking up. And exhale, looking down. And inhale, looking up. And exhale, looking down. One more time. Inhale, looking up. This time as you exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, looking over the right shoulder. Inhale, looking up. And as you exhale, come back through center. So in this broader butterfly pose, again, just let yourself come forward ever so slightly. Not a lot of effort here. Just sort of happily fall into it. Allow the sits bones to travel back, but engage your core. So you're pulling the belly button, you're pulling the hara. The dantian is about 2 inches from the belly button, down. Pull that back softly to ease yourself forward. Again, moving in 2 different directions. And breathe into the back body. Breathe into the lower body. Feel that big muscle in the lower back, the quadratus lumborum, just stretching a little bit. Maybe you feel it in the connection between the hamstrings and the glutes. And then come on up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come into a bit of a twist. So you're going to take your right leg and bring it over to the left slightly. Take your left leg and just cross it over. Okay? So this left foot is planted. You're going to take your left hand behind you. Bring the right arm to the outside of this upper leg. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, look over the shoulder. So in this twist, every inhalation, and all your twists basically, Every inhalation you lengthen the spine, and every exhalation you twist a little bit deeper. So inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twisting around the spine. So one thing to be really mindful of here, I'm going to turn to the side, is when you bring the hand down, depending upon the length of your arm, you might need a block, because you don't want to be sitting like this, and I can't see you, but get some proprioception. Imagine how you are sitting. If you're curving and rounding, you're trying to turn around your body, well, you've got to curve because maybe the arm is short, maybe you're tight, and it's just the way you're built. It's not a problem. You're going to want to put a block behind you so that you can gain some length, so that the arm becomes like a second spine, long and straight. And you want to turn around that spine, which is perpendicular to the ground, as opposed to being here, where you're not going to be able to get the mobility to appreciate the twist, particularly through the belly, because this is a belly twist. It's not just upper body. Does that make sense? So hand behind you, possibly hand on the block. You want to inhale, sit as tall as you can, and as you exhale, twist around your spine. I also tell my students, I give them the image of, on a carousel, the carousel horses, they've got that big post that they're moving around and whatnot. So imagine your spine is that post of the carousel horse, and you're turning around it. Lovely. Inhale through center. And we're going to switch sides. I'm not going to have you sit up and walk around. But again, place the hand behind you if you need the block. The block is going to go right by the sacrum. Hand on the block. Arm to the outside of the upper leg. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twisting around the spine. So again, if you feel that you're curving and rounding and you're just sort of trying to force these shoulders to twist, gain some height. Maybe the block needs to be at the second position so that you can get long and tall, and exhale and twist around. With my elbow bent, I want to keep it long, so I'm going to remove the block. But I have long arms. This is how you're built. Props are beautiful things. So inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twisting to look over the right shoulder. Feeling this beautiful corkscrew action from the hips, from the sits bone, all the way up to the shoulders. And then inhale to look over the opposite shoulder. And release. Very good. All right. So now we're going to do another twist, very similar to that, where we're going to stack the top one foot in the arch of the other. So knees are facing forward. If you're falling over quite a bit, then you may need to take a block and put it under the hip or roll up your mat so that the hips become a little bit more square. And we're going to go ahead and place the left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of the thigh. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twisting. So this is going to take the twist up a little bit. So before you felt it probably throughout the whole spine and trunk. This one sort of isolates the hip, zeroes in on the lower back. So inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, twisting. Might get a little adjustment through your spine with this. Again, inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, twisting, looking over the shoulder. On your next inhalation, look over the opposite shoulder. And very simply, go ahead and switch sides. It's nice to have a different leg position when we twist. It gives us just another opportunity to get into a different part of our bodies when we twist. So this time the right hand behind us, left to the outside. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twisting. And every inhalation, lifting. Every exhalation, twisting. And then look over the forward shoulder and release. Move my block. We're going to come back onto our backs. So we're going to take the knees, they're hip distance apart, and drop them over to the side. And as you drop them over to the side, you're going to walk your body over to the opposite side. So my knees are to the right, I'm moving my body over to the left. And I'm going to just have some cactus arms here. As I lengthen this upper leg bone, trying to draw the knee a little closer toward the ground, feeling a stretch through the hip, maybe through the inner groin, and maybe through all the connective tissue at the knee. But softly. Remember, no pain. If some of these things are going to be new, and that's fine, to feel a little bit of a stretch, but no pain. So you are the only person who knows how you feel. So make sure that you are being kind to yourself while you're moving yourself into some positions that might be new. So be aware of what your breath is doing. We want the breath to be just as calm as it is as if you're just laying in bed, rather effortless. And now what we're going to do, because you all know how much I love core, we're going to do some sit-ups, and we're going to be moving though toward for me it's the left side. So interlace your fingers as opposed to moving this way. We're going to just inhale, come up for 10, moving toward the left, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Good. Bring your body back into the midline. Bring the knees into your chest. As you exhale, bring your head and shoulders up off the mat. Pressing the lower back into the mat. Pull on the knees and push the knees into the hands. Stretching the lower back. And then head and shoulders down. Plant the feet hip distance apart and then drop the knees over to the other side. Robot arms, walk your torso away from those knees and feel free to make cactus arms. And here you're breathing into the side body, moving that knee farther away so you're feeling more length. For me on the right side, stretching the space in between the hip and the floating rib. Chest is nice and broad, so we have plenty of space to breathe into. Throat is soft. And then we're going to interlace the fingers behind the occiput, tent those fingers up, and again we're going to pulse it up for 10, but we're going to try to be moving toward the right side. So as you exhale, up you go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Head and shoulders back, come back into the middle of your mat, bring your knees into your chest, hands on the knees, and stir the pot. And then stir the pot in the other direction. Good. Cross the ankles. We're going to rock and roll up, forehead on the ground. Roll back, cross the ankles the other direction, forehead on the ground. So you get it, just move with the breath, building up some more heat here. Moving from the belly with grace and control. One more time. Well done. Okay, so now I'm going to face you, and we're going to come into Janu Sirsasana. So you're going to extend the right leg long. You're going to bring the left foot into the inner groin of that extended leg. So remember, in yoga, as I've said before, we're always moving in opposite directions. So the inner line of this leg is moving toward, away from you. The outer line of the leg, draw it back. And what you're going to do is you're going to place your hands down. You're going to inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your bodies forward. As you bring your bodies forward, the sits bones are moving back. You can place your hands down. You can grab for the foot. If you're, but we want to make sure that we're not curving and rounding the body. So, let me turn this way. This is not the game, the goal here. It's not the goal to bring the head to the knee. The goal, if there were one here, is to bring the chest long onto the leg. It's still early. We're not quite warmed up enough to get there, and we may not get there today or tomorrow or next week. Not a problem. But to have integrity through the action is what's going to help us develop our practice. So be mindful of keeping the front body and the back body even, as in no curving and rounding, as you bring your body closer to the forward leg. But again, if you're already there, you can take your block and put a block at the base of the foot and work. Elbows reach out, shoulders away from the ears as you push the foot into the block and pull the block toward the foot to help you feel more activation of the leg that's extended. Couple more breaths here. And then when you're ready, inhale, coming up. Very good. We're going to switch sides. So, left leg long, bring the right into the inner groin. And remember all the directions of that extended leg. The inner leg is drawing down toward the ground, but it's moving away from you. The outer leg is reaching back, okay? You're pushing the inner foot into the groin. You've got external rotation of this bent leg knee. So from the inner groin to the inner knee, you're reaching it away. From the outer knee to the outer hip, you're drawing it back. And just that action helps you propel that leg longer. And just take your time. Wherever you are, probably both sides are going to be different. This is my less stretchy side, so I should spend more time on it. But breathe. Again, the quality of your breath equals the quality of your practice. Body is long, front body even to the back body in terms of the angle. Sits bones traveling back, heels moving away. Inner line of the leg is moving forward, outer line of the leg is pulling back. I mean, just that feeling of the various directions that this leg is moving, to me it's so cool because there's just so much going on there that you can feel. You imagine these cars traveling on your skin and in your muscles, all moving in these various directions. Not crashing, because they all know where they're supposed to go. And then inhale, come all the way up. Good. Let's go ahead and come into our butterfly, so soles of the feet together. We're going to make it a smaller butterfly, as in bringing the hips closer to the heels. Lift the chest up, draw the knees toward the ground, open those feet. So the big toes are moving away from each other. Chest is nice and broad. Good. And release. Now what we're going to do is you're going to extend the right leg long. We're going to bring the left into the chest. We're going to cross it over. All right, so another opportunity to twist. We're going to take the left hand behind us. And as I said, maybe you need a block. This is where a block would come in handy again, because we would still want to create that, the carousel horse motion, where the spine is like the post. All right? So hand behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen. This hand can hold on to the bent knee so that you can pull it in a little bit more as you root out through the heel and the moon of the big toe, or you can place the arm to the outer side of the leg. But you want to inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, twist. And here in this twist, you have the opportunity to allow the hips to shift. So the left hip can move back, the right hip can move forward as you turn around to look over the left shoulder. Very active right foot, right leg. Soften the belly. And here, since we are in a twist, feel free to do a deep belly breath. So when you inhale, focus on the belly filling with air. And as you exhale, feel that belly move back toward the spine. Definitely a delicious massage for the intestines. On your next inhalation, look over the opposite shoulder and release. Shake it out. Go ahead, rub those legs. Rub the tops of the feet. Rub the outer line of the leg. Rub the inner line of the leg. And we're going to move to the second side. So, left leg is long. Cross the right over. Right hand behind you. Arm to the outer knee, or you can hold on to it, whichever works. Again, position the block if you need it. We want to get length through the spine as we inhale. As we exhale, twisting. Allow the hips to shift. So the left hip can move back and the right hip can move forward. That's going to help you deepen the twist. And focus on your belly breaths here. So as you inhale, fill the belly with air. And as you exhale, pull it back. Maybe you twist a little bit deeper. Play with your arm positions. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And the back of the neck is long. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, twisting. And when you're ready, look over the forward shoulder and release. Nice. We're going to go back into our Pachimotanasana. Hands behind you. Bring the hips forward. Lift the chest up. And we're going to pulse the knees toward the ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the feet together, get light through the hips, bring the buttocks off the ground, broaden the chest, drop the head back, and then bring the hips down. And you're going to go ahead and extend the right leg long. So now we're in a modified Dandasana, which we did earlier, regular, but now we're going to open the leg up. And again, the inner line of the leg is like a waterfall. The flesh is drawing down, but you're reaching out to the base of the ankle, from the base of the ankle to the base of the foot. The outer leg is drawing up toward the hip. We're going to inhale, take the arms up, and as we exhale, we're going to turn toward that leg, and we're going to fold towards it. So we're going to try and bring our chest and our chin closer to our shin. As we're moving forward, the sits bone is traveling back. And as I said before, what's happening with the bent leg is happening with this one. What happened earlier is what I should say. So from the inner groin to the inner knee, you're drawing it out. From the outer knee to the hip, you're pulling it in. So you've got this leg moving out as you're drawing the opposite direction. And then inhale, bring it up. We're going to now arch over. So again, grab my block. You might need a block. Maybe the block is up here. Maybe you stay here and reach the arm overhead, depending upon what works for you. Ultimately, we're going to reach for the foot, keeping the sits bone down as we open the chest up. So whatever space you need, maybe you stay here. Maybe the elbow is bent. Whatever feels good so that you can maintain integrity through your breath and still arch over is what we want to do. So you're breathing, probably breathing into the upper side lung here. It has more space definitely than the lower lobe of the bottom of the, let's see, this would be your right lung, the outer edge. A little bit more compromised than that upper lung. Good, then exhale, look down, inhale, bring that arm up, bring yourselves forward. We're going to bring ourselves forward this way. So folding forward, still energy out through the inner line of the leg. And inhale, bring it up. I'm going to switch sides. So left leg is long, energy through the inner line of the leg, extending to the heel. From the heel, just a little bit more, gaining some more length. The outer leg is drawing back. We already talked about the bent leg. We're going to inhale, take our arms up. We're going to turn toward the extended leg. And as we move our bodies forward, that sits bone is going to travel back. Keeping the throat soft. And again, trying to maintain integrity through the chest, the front chest and the back body, so that we're not curving and rounding. We're just staying long. Heels reaching away, hips reaching back, feeling more of the back of the leg on the ground. Breathing with ease. And then inhale, coming up. And now we're going to do a little lateral work. So again, if you want to use a block, put a block, bring your elbow down, just rest your head in your hand and your fingers, and take the opposite arm overhead. This is perfectly fine. Feel that left sits or the right sits bone pushing into the mat as you extend that right side body closer to the left foot. If that is easy for you, maybe you bring the hand down and reach over even more. Maybe you're here, maybe you're using a block, maybe you're reaching all the way, keeping the chest open as you hold on to the feet. Hold on to the toes, I should say. And stretching this upper side body. Continuing to root down through the right sits bone. So we're gaining this length. You're trying to lift up off of the hip while you're rooting that sits bone down. Some delicious length on that side of the body. And then exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way up. And you're going to bring your bodies forward. Maybe you stack your hands. Put your forehead on those stacked hands. Maybe you bring your forehead all the way down to the ground. Whatever works, we want to maintain integrity though by keeping this left sits bone pushing into the ground. Breathing into the back body. And then inhale, come all the way up. We're going to bring our legs together. And again, go ahead, do that little leg massage. Love up those legs. Massage the top of the feet. Ankles, side leg, inner leg, outer leg, top of the leg, inner leg. Good. All right, so now we're going to go into our Dandasana. So our Dandasana is our staff pose. If this bugs your lower back, then roll your mat up to give yourself a little bit of height underneath the sits bone, but that doesn't mean that the height gets to come all the way like to the mid-thigh. You just want to slightly elevate the sits bones, tipping the body forward. That should feel a little bit better if sitting in a full Dandasana staff pose doesn't feel so hotsy-totsy. Okay, so energy through the heels, dorsal flexion, the toes are coming toward the knees. And as you root down through the sits bones, feel the length through the side body. Back of the neck is long, legs are very active here. Very, very active here. Good. From your Dandasana, we're going to go into our Pachimotanasana. So you're going to inhale, take the arms up, draw the shoulders down, and again, moving in opposite directions, you want your sits bones to travel back as you reach your bodies forward. Reach your bodies forward. Maybe the hands come down, maybe they hold on to the outer edges of the feet. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, draw your chest and belly closer to your thighs, elbows out to the side, nose to knees or chin to shin, but not curving and rounding, keeping length through the body. You can also use your block here, holding onto a block, elbows out, shoulders away from the ears as you sit yourself forward. Crown of the head coming toward the tops of the feet. Relax the quads. They don't have a big job here. It's more hamstring work. Lower back, side body, throat stays soft. Chest is broad. And inhale, looking up. Release your block if you were using one, sitting up. Good. Shake it out. Move my block out of the way. And now we're going to come into wide-legged, forward fold. So take your legs wide, place your hands behind you, and ease your buttocks forward. Okay? So again, the same motions occur with the legs. It's like a waterfall. The inner line of the leg is dropping down, yet it's reaching to the base of the foot. All right, while from the outer foot to the hip, it's drawing in. Inhale, lift the spine, and just feel the energy. Feel what's going on through those legs. Trying to get as much of the back of the flesh of the leg onto the ground. It's possible that your knees are bent, depending upon how tight our hamstrings are. we are where we are. And it's all good. It's all baby steps. That's what yoga teaches us. Is baby steps to the next step. And you might have been able to go farther yesterday than you can today. That's fine. No judgment. Just be honest with where you are. Because that's how we keep ourselves safe. And being safe is very important. All right, so as you're reaching out through those heels, you're going to draw your chest and belly forward, walking the hands forward. And you're going to feel it wherever you feel it. But what I don't want you just to hang out here without bracing yourselves. Bring your hands down. Ease your body forward. Let the sits bones tip back as you draw yourself closer toward the ground. And just breathe. The back of the neck is long. If it's more comfortable for you to take a block and put a block underneath your forehead, then do this. Because like I said, the body doesn't like to hold in space. It gets nervous, and when your body becomes tense, it doesn't give. And we want our bodies to give. We want our bodies to be kind of in the flow and feel like taffy, but taffy with integrity. So move your block, however, to whatever position works for you. If you're using a block, if you're not using a block, then maybe your forehead is on the ground, but your arms are still down. And breathe. Energy through the heels. Very active legs. You've got this external, slightly external rotation. And then walk the hands back. Good. We're going to twist now. So adding a twist to this Pasarita position, turning toward the right leg. With the left hand, we're going to reach for the outer edge of the foot, and we're going to draw our bodies down toward the leg. And just relax here. Breathing with ease. Inhale, come up. We're going to turn toward the opposite leg. You're going to use the right hand to reach over for the outer edge of the foot as you draw yourselves down. Breathing deeply into the back body. Throat is soft. Inhale, coming up. Noise here. Place your hands on your outer legs. Bring those legs together. Shake it out, and again, go through that little massage. Rub the outer leg. Rub the top of the leg. The lower shin. The inner calf. Top of the feet. Let's do one last Pachimotanasana. Flex the feet. Inhale, take the arms up. As you exhale, reaching forward. Go ahead, release. Inhale, coming all the way up. Coming onto your backs. Bring the knees into the chest. Stir the pot. Stir the pot in the other direction. Good. Hold on. Pull the knees into the chest. As you exhale, head and shoulders up off the mat. And as you pull the knees in towards you, push the knees away from you. So you're engaging the lower back, the belly. And then head and shoulders back. Extend the left leg long, piercing the ground with the left heel. Do the same with the right. Robot arms, roll the shoulders under. Release the hands, palms face up. Relax the legs. Shavasana. Eyes are closed. Lids are smooth over the eyes. Allow yourselves to melt. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the arms. Softening the chest. Let the belly melt away. Dragging the hips and the glutes with it, just down to the earth. The legs are heavy. Feet are rolled open. Begin to bring your awareness deeper in the spaces of your bodies by deepening your breath, licking your lips and swallowing, and gently rock the head side to side. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, stretch the arms overhead, stretching long and tall from the tips of the fingers down to the palms of the toes. And then bring one knee into the chest, giving it a hug. Bring the other knee in, giving both knees a hug. Appreciating your bodies for the magnificent gifts that they are to you and that you are to each one of us. Then let go of your knees and roll to your side. And while you're there with your eyes closed, think of 3 things you're grateful for today. And then keeping the eyes shut, press yourself up to a comfortable dynamic seat. And bring your hands to your heart center in Anjali Mudra. We'll share a breath, so exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And as you exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. Bow your head, honor yourself, your community, this tradition of yoga. Hands to the brow, signifying right thoughts, to the lips for right words, and to the heart for right actions. Namaste.